I cut the visit as short as I reasonably could and FaceTimed Annie on the drive home. She was livid on my behalf and spent a while gassing me up telling me I could have any girl I wanted and lots of other.
Ooh, hold on. Wait. Someone just said it's gay. It's illegal to be gay in certain places, so we should spin for that. Is that true? I mean, it is illegal to be gay in certain places. That's true. Do you feel like it's spin-worthy true? That's true. That's like spin-worthy true. The Middle East. So that means we are playing from the Middle East rules right now. Is what you're saying. Once you do this, we cannot switch back to America. Once you do this, once we are in the Middle East, we are in the Middle East now. We must play by their rules. All right, so no pork, no alcohol, blood, gambling, charging interest, and dishonest actions like theft and lying. Adultery, fornication, and premarital relationships are prohibited. I don't see gay up here, but what do you think? I think leave my good people out of this. That's what I think. Spin? No spin. No spin. No spin. I was just testing. Go ahead, because the next one is going to land on band 3. 1, 2,
Untrue but very sweet things. But because she thought that I was failing at being a lesbian. Ouch. I cut the visit as short as I reasonably could and FaceTimed Annie on the drive home. She was livid on my behalf and spent a while gassing me up telling me I could have any girl I wanted and lots of other untrue but very sweet things.
Annie might like you.
I just wish I had a girlfriend so I could rub it in her face. I mean, I wish I had a girlfriend for a lot of other, better reasons. But rubbing it in her face is definitely up there. And she said, F girlfriend, you need a fiancé. You need to make her pay for a big gay wedding. I just laughed, but then after a minute I said, maybe I should just make up a relationship. Tell her I'm seeing someone to get her off my back. I'm not sure why I hadn't thought of that before, honestly. Sometimes I'm too honest for my own good, I think. But Annie said she's going to want proof. And then, she paused and said, Katie, let's tell her we're engaged. I cracked up, but she said, I'm serious. She loves me. She loves me. Bring me home with you next time. We'll tell her I had some lesbian awakening and we've been secretly dating while we figured out if it was serious and now we're ready to make it official. Call the caterers. I thought about it for a minute and said, and then even when it doesn't work out, it's proof that I can be in a serious relationship with a woman. So she won't think I'm the world's worst lesbian. We spent the rest of the drive home brainstorming.
Like
I know
that is lying. Well, that's lying. Under the law, actions like theft and lying. You're right. Real white beard! You're out of here.
So crazy, but like honestly, what do I have to lose at this point? Worst case scenario. Annie and I have a hilarious story about the time we catfished my mother in real life. And it's not like things with my mother could get worse than they are. Update number 1. Annie and I went to a thrift store and got some fake as hell big old diamond rings. Then went out to lunch into a botanical garden so we could get some pictures of ourselves.
Oh, they going all the way.
We couldn't stop giggling all day at how ridiculous this is. I can't believe we're actually doing this. I texted my mom telling her I'm coming home this weekend because I have big news. This is really happening. Oh my god. Update number 2. Annie and I figured out we needed pictures of a trip together to make it all look more legit. So we ended up blowing off work for a few days and driving to a vineyard and staying at this little resort. It was honestly so nice to get away for a while. We hadn't spent that much time just the two of us in ages, since Annie wasn't single until recently. We got to catch up and really talk for the...
Annie's single. Annie just became single. Hold the phone. This could get nuts. This could get... Wait a minute. What is she like really... Hey, yo, first of all, fed for the 13 biddies. That's a lot, bro. Thank you. And the gifted. Thank you. That's a lot. But what if this, like... I hope they fall in love.
The first time in a while. And we just walked around drinking wine and looking in pretty poop and taking our little engagement pictures. It was really nice.
Alcohol? Consuming pork? Alcohol? That is haram! That is haram! Drinking wine? Nah. Spin twice. Wait, does that mean I spin one more time or spin 2 more times? 2 more times. Okay. Nitrous? You're out of here. One more spin. J-Flash. You're out of here.
Update number 3. Went to see my mom with Annie today.
Oh, these these are stories that they actually do part 2s and 3s for, bro. The issue with a lot of Reddit pages is they never hit us with a part 1 or part 2 or part 3. It'd be like, my stepmom got stuck in the washing machine and I started to undress her pants, but then, boom, the zipper got stuck. Drop a like for part 2. Bro, what do we mean? Drop a like, give me the part 2!
Out of the car and just shoved those rings right in her face. All look, mom. Surprised. Surprised is the understatement of the century.
That's what I'm talking about.
She's met Annie a bunch of times and really does like her, but I think she'd been hoping that Annie was going to help turn me straight eventually. Annie told her that ever since she and her boyfriend broke up, she'd been reconsidering her feelings for men, and spending all this time with me made her realize that I'd always been the closest person to her in her life. Besides the part where she broke up with her boyfriend, literally none of that is true, obviously, but she really sold it. By the end of the day together, my mom was actually getting on board. We were talking about wedding venues, y'all. I could not stop laughing on the drive home. Everything was perfect, except there was like a weird moment with Annie. I was complimenting her on her performance with my mom and how her lesbian egg-cracking moment was like something out of a movie, and she just got kind of quiet. I hope she didn't think I was calling her story cheesy or something.
No, I think she might be like, yo.
For a straight girl, she really nailed the lesbian angst vibe. Anyway, I think it's fine. Update number 4. It's been a few months since I updated, so here's what's up.
Tell me.
First of all, for everyone saying that Annie is in love with me, she is straight. I told you. She suggested.
Bro, I think she's in love with you, bro. I think this could be the ending of the greatest story ever. No, she's single right now. She's not with the boyfriend. She is single. She is single, man. She is not with her home. Fed has just said the most amazing thing ever. That is a lot, bro. Chat, whoever gets spun out and they don't have a sub, I'll low-key gift y'all till my card declines. Massive nutsack gang W right there. That's insane. Massive dubs in the chat. I didn't know NSG would have money like that. Make sure you gift an extra 10 for me too. I deserve it. You're right, 100. You're right, 10 not enough. 100.
This is a joke. Y'all read too much fanfic. The rest of you all wanted to know when exactly we're planning to call off the wedding, and well, about that. So I met Annie for lunch the other day to address that very question, because our wedding date is rapidly approaching. Like, we're getting very close to the time that they'll refund the deposits on all this poop my mother has bought sort of rapidly.
Oh my god, mom is fucking going crazy for the wedding.
Cancel the wedding.
Oh my god.
Kind of dancing around the subject that calling herself sounded miserable. Like it
That's
hurt my
what
mom
those
so much.
are.
Oh my god. They went this far? Y'all went this far? Oh my gosh.
Back to where I started with her thinking I'm a terrible
That's what they
lesbian.
are.
Because sure, now she'll think I've been in a serious relationship, but look how that ended. Clearly I need a man. And honestly, the wedding my mom has planned sounds lit, and I would like to go to it, please. Thank God for Annie, because finally she was like, do you want to just get to the wedding and see what happens? She
What?
laughed and said, I'm tired of being alone. It's not like it has to be a real marriage. We could still date other people, but we'd always have someone that we know we can count on, and that sounds kind of nice, I said. And if we get to the wedding and we decide we don't want to do
This
it,
is like one of those stories like, yo, if you're 30 and still single, did no one else make that pact with someone in like high school? Open relationship? Oh, that's...
Oh my gosh,
yeah,
I remember that
is
Reddit
a
story.
spin. That is a spin. But did no one else make that pact in high school? It's like, yo, if we're 30 and still single. Reds! You're out of here!
we always call it off at the altar. And she was like, oh my god, the drama. So that is what we're doing, I guess. Full on love is blinding my fake wedding. For real wedding?
What
To my
dip?
straight best friend. I don't know, y'all. Start placing bets on how this goes down.
Yo, this might actually be real, bro.
Update number 5. So hi, I said I would update this to
This is how these Reddit stories sound when they text them out.
Sorry about that. Frankly, I didn't think people really cared. But, here's what happened. The wedding rolled around.
What do y'all think? Wait, what do y'all think? Do you think they broke up, or do you think they went through with it? Did they break up, they went through with it, and Annie realizes she's actually gay? She was like, or bi, like, yo, I was wondering when my boyfriend's D just couldn't hit the spot. That's because I like to be scissored. I don't want to be penetrated, I like to be scissored. They deaf together? She gonna say no at the venue? All right, put the predictions up. 1 of 3. They're together, and Annie realizes she's bi, number 1. Annie's not bi, but they're still together. Or 3, they break up completely.
We were at this really stunning mansion,
What
and
do
I
I
was
do
in one room
here?
getting ready with my mom. I had my dress on and my makeup done, and girls, I looked good. And my mom was getting emotional, and then I was getting emotional, and I realized that if Annie turned me down at the altar in front of my friends and family,
Oh,
we'd
that would
spent
be
months
freaking.
now spending every
Yeah, bro.
weekend
Even as a friend, that would hurt.
together while we pretended to be in a relationship. Well, I realized that I would be heartbroken, and then I knew that I couldn't go through with the wedding. I couldn't marry my straight best friend when I had feelings for her. It just
Whoa.
wasn't fair to either of us.
Well, you have
So I went to
feelings.
the other side of the mansion where she was getting ready and asked her sister if I could talk to her. She left us alone and Annie walked out and, guys, I can't even describe how incredible she looked. She
Oh.
was wearing this really beautiful ornate dress and her hair was up off her neck and, God, she was like an art piece. And she
Oh.
just stared at me. I said, I need to tell you something, but before I could she put her hand on my waist and she kissed me. And guys, what a kiss. What an effing kiss. It was like coming up for air. I can't even tell you. So we got married. And it's 2 years later and after 2 rounds of IVF she is pregnant with our baby coming in a few months. My mother is delighted to be getting a
What the
grandchild.
frick?
I laugh literally
Why didn't
every
they
day
tell me
at our
this
stupidest love
activator was
story
here?
ever. And I guess I owe an apology to all of you who told me Annie wasn't straight because at this point I'm starting to think maybe you were right.
Oh my gosh. Not just marriage, but that's a movie story right there. That's a Hallmark movie. That's a Hallmark movie, dude. And the grab by the waist and kiss. We need a fanfic with that one. Honestly, I think we need a spin for that. Jar Jar kissing in public, haram. No, that's haram. No, spin the wheel. Yeah. Pokey Craft, you are out of here. Next story.
My friend told me that I am creepy for dating my girlfriend because she hasn't developed after 8 years of age, so I am cutting ties with her and make her cry with jealousy. My girlfriend, Julie, has a weird obsession with cartoons. I don't mind it. She had a really rough childhood where she wasn't allowed to watch any children's shows. She only started watching after she turned 18 and moved out. She watches everything, but her most favorite ones are SpongeBob SquarePants, Powerpuff Girls, Phineas and Ferb, Teen Titans and many more. If I am
Dobby.
being honest, I like this obsession of hers even if it is kinda weird to me to see a grown-up adult.
Like grown-ups watching Teen Titans ain't that crazy. Powerpuff Girls, even Powerpuff Girls isn't that crazy.
Where she wasn't allowed to watch any children's shows. She only started
Screw
watching
you.
after she turned 18 and moved out. She watches everything, but her most favorite ones are SpongeBob SquarePants,
Yeah.
Powerpuff Girls, Phineas and Ferb,
Not
Teen
bad.
Titans, and many
Not
more.
bad.
If
Not
I'm being
bad.
honest, I like this obsession of hers even if it is kinda weird to me to see a grown-up adult watching a kid's show. But I think everyone should have a childhood which she clearly missed. So, last week, I threw a get-together at my house. I invited all of my friends. My best friend Rachel was also there. She has been my best friend for almost 15 years now. She has met Julie. And I never thought they had any bad blood between them. Rachel seems to really like Julie. So, at the party we were all having fun and playing games. I should mention that Rachel was wearing a fedora. Julie had to stay late for work that day. When she arrived, the party had already started. So when Rachel came to say hi she didn't have her fedora on her head. She put that hat on in front of Julie and Julie said in a mimicking Doofenshmirtz's voice Perry the Platypus. She thought this was funny because Rachel's last name is Perry. So, Julie made a joke that she only gets it. I smirked a little, but it seems to have caught Rachel off guard. When Julie went inside the room to change, Rachel, in front of everyone, told me my girlfriend was rude. I apologized and explained this is just a harmless joke she does and this is a line from her favorite TV show Phineas and Ferb.
Rude from a Perry the Platypus joke? Gang, what? Hey yo, Rachel, you sound like a from a simple whatever Perry the Platypus does? Like what? Dude, what?
She didn't let it go. Instead, she started to press this matter even more. She asked me how can I date a literal child? And it is really
Oh, wow.
embarrassing that she behaves like one. I
Wow.
told her that's just how she is.
Oh my-
She
She'd
doubled
hate
down
me.
and told me she finds it a little
she'd hate me, bro. I'd be walking around the house meowing for no reason sometimes. Meow meow. 6'7". She'd hate my guts. Come on, now every time I find a new trend, I be on it. Cause what do you want me to do with my time? What do you want me to do with my time? I got like at least 50, 60 more years to die. I'm bullshitting all the way through. 7'6", you're right. You're right, I'm too old for 6'7". I'm too old for 6'7". My God, my bad. That's why I only do. 7'6".
What is he doing?
The hardest thing is to get started. You have to get it on paper. We have started to deal with computers with higher and higher levels of abstraction.
I am dating someone whose brain hasn't developed after 8 years of age. I find it a little offensive, started to press this.
Because I'm watching a little bit of cartoons, my brain hasn't developed for 8 years of age. That is disrespectful. That is disrespectful. This is a great comment. Watching cartoons as an adult is weird. Who do y'all think makes cartoons? Thank you! Thank you!
She asked me how can I date a literal child? And it is really embarrassing that she behaves like one. I told her that's just how she is. She doubled down and told me she finds it a little creepy that I am dating someone whose brain hasn't developed after 8 years of age. I find it a little offensive because Julie is very smart and works in a STEM field. Rachel also made some odd and hurtful comments seeing my girlfriend's plushie and doll collection. When I tried to defend Julie, Rachel would just shrug and say I am your friend. I know what's best for you. She said I shouldn't date someone so immature like Julie and I am better off with someone more mature.
Manipulation.
And that what Julie likes is none of her business. And my dating life is my choice. She should stay the fuck out of it. Rachel was giving me and Julie cold shoulders throughout the party. Later that day she messaged me and said she cannot believe I was such a jerk to her because of my girlfriend and that I am throwing away our friendship because of her. She hasn't talked to any of us. Julie made plans with Rachel to go on shopping, but Rachel just said she was busy in a text and hasn't contacted her. Julie was sad too because she was excited for their shopping spree.
Wow.
I didn't tell Julie about our fight because she adores Rachel.
Nah, you gotta tell her, bro.
I know what Rachel has said about
You gotta tell her, bro.
if I went too far.
You gotta tell her.
I did talk to Rachel about it.
Cause she's really being fake to Rachel in the first place. Or Julie. She being fake to Julie.
I did tell my girlfriend why Rachel was upset. Julie was not mad. Instead, she was very apologetic. She said if she knew Rachel would be upset at her little joke, she would have never said anything. She wants to apologize to Rachel. I tried to explain she has nothing to apologize for. She didn't do anything wrong. Instead, Rachel was the one who overreacted. But Julie put her foot down and invited Rachel on a dinner.
Oh.
Julie said sorry. She told Rachel about her childhood, about how her parents were strict and never
Wow,
let her
Julie,
have toys or let her siblings watch her.
Julie is the only mature person here. What? Julie's the one who. Julie's got the cojones, bro. Let's go. Yo, I got a problem with bringing it up to you to your face. I'm gonna apologize to you to your face. Damn. I don't need no one to tell me what to do. I'm in her. Big Jules in the chat.
They were academic nothing. Thought those things were too distracting. Julie even cried while telling some of the stories, one of which was when her father beat her because he found a book of Harry Potter under her bed. She escaped their place after she turned 18. Rachel was good and apologized as well. She said she didn't mean Julie had such rough childhood and she was so insensitive towards her. I thought Rachel had finally learned her lesson, but when the dinner was done, Rachel took me out to talk privately. She told she is now 100% sure Julie is not right for me.
Oh my
After a while, she told me Julie has a lot of trauma and I shouldn't be the one to carry the burden. She thinks Julie's past is going to be a problem if we ever have kids. She might start a business too.
Oh my God.
I told her Julie
So we can't be different. We can't do better for our kids because of what we went through. Holy shit. She clearly is working the process. She can at least talk about it instead of just, yo, that's a spin for abuse? That is a spin. I'm about. Rachel, bro. Spin. Oh, you lucky. Wait. Oh my God.
I'm getting a little motion.
She has been going to therapy because of her childhood trauma, so she shouldn't be too hard on her. Even asked if she was jealous of Julie. Rachel did fumble on the words while saying no.
There you go. Rachel likes you. Rachel secretly likes you. Finally. She's mad that Julie's in there riding with you while doing the Perry the Platypus sounds. She's mad that she didn't think of it first. Fuck that bitch, Rachel. You don't like her anyway.
In the end, I told her I wasn't space for her. She has no right to dictate who is right or wrong for me just because she got it right 2 times. She always had problems whenever I dated someone. She was the right over me in my life. Rachel started crying. I called an Uber for her, but didn't say a word beyond it. Rachel won't stop calling. She was blaming Julie for ruining our friendship and accused her of being a cheater. I told Julie about the whole life. She cried a lot because she never wanted to
Accuse Julie of being a cheater just because the term cheater was brought up. That's a spin. Julie do not to know, but still even to talk about it. Hurrah! Hey yo, y'all are getting so much. Copper 25682. Y'all are
Rachel escalated so far. But she agreed Rachel went too far. Rachel sent some very hurtful messages to me about Julie. I didn't tell those to her. Julie has also blocked Rachel.
There you go.
This too, when she heard Rachel thinks Julie had also become abusive.
Thank you.
Those people have said that Rachel never liked me when asked as a red flag.
Yes.
That's a good reason to not like her. Before Julie, I had 2 serious relationships before. My first ex cheated on me. Rachel warned me about her, but I brushed it off.
There we go. Get out of here, Timbaloo. Sorry about that.
She was very controlling and toxic. When we broke up, she slashed my car tire. That's why I sort of think Rachel has good intuition about people. But not this time because I know she is wrong about Julie. And Rachel always had something to say whenever I wanted to date a girl. Even if she turns out to be right about Julie, I do.
You might have a bad, you might just be bad at picking things. I ain't gonna hold you. Rachel, now I'm like, maybe Rachel's right. Maybe she can spot the signs before we all can spot them. Maybe you go for trauma and she's like, nah, you did it again, bro. You did it again. Chill out. Slashing tires, gotta be haram. Oh, vandalism. Yeah. Techie tech.
Actually, so sick right
You're
now.
out of here.
My coworker reported me to HR over last week because I infected potatoes at work. Now she's starting to work with me and running out I've been eating potatoes by microwaving them, then biting into them, eating them hot dog style. This is the easiest.
Oh, wait, no, that is kind of, wait, hold on. What? What? You're telling me you're eating a hot potato? I mean, I guess, with the skin on and everything? That should be illegal, bro. Bro, gotta spin for that. Gotta spin for that. Gotta spin for that. Haram! Woo! That was scary. Eat just the one! You're out of here.
I think this is how people should eat them, or at least, how my Japanese parents taught me to eat them.
Okay.
Whenever I go to a grocery store, I always pick out the most easily biteable potatoes, which are generally longer and thicker than most potatoes. So I
Pause.
Ah.
not typically go to lunch, but I usually just eat at my desk while working. No one has ever commented about how I eat
I ain't gonna lie, whoever did the takes potatoes to front is a gooner. Gooner, bro. Gooner. Pouring at it. To be looking at someone eating a potato hot dog, I'm like, oh my god, you're putting me on. Stop. Oh, the whiteness just popping out the side of the potato. You're really getting me juiced up. Oh, my God.
A new person was trying to recently, and she has a problem with how I eat potatoes. A couple of times, she pulled me aside and asked me to eat potatoes from the menu. She was eating potatoes too successfully. I was shocked because I just had my eyes glued to my screen and realized nobody really paid attention to how I ate. I told her no one else seemed to have a problem with the way I eat potatoes, but she insisted others were just too polite to say anything. I asked a few other coworkers, who all were just as confused as me about what she was saying. I figured no one else had a problem with it. But this happened multiple times. She kept coming to me and asking me to tone down the way I eat, even accusing me of going out of my way to choose sexy potatoes. I considered bringing them other ways.
Nigga, what does that mean? How? Please explain to me how you choose sexy potatoes. You freak. Like, how do you choose sexy potatoes, bruh? Yeah, you gotta have a food. Whoever telling you this is wants to have a food. She's like, bro, you are choosing the way, like, potatoes you're choosing, bro. Too hot, too sexy, bro. They're making me, they're making my hit today. Please stop eating potatoes. Oh, don't get that apple. You brought a peach in? Stop. That one looks too juicy. I just want to lick up and down the peach, that ass cracking that peach. Oh, is that a Georgia peach? Oh, you know in Georgia they got fat asses down there. That's how they grow such big peaches. Stop bringing that to work. I'm gonna, I can't.
Let's freaking go.
Oh, the peach. Oh, the potato is busting in her mouth. Oh, I have to go to the bathroom.
But apparently, that's just not feasible. Unfortunately, she reported me, and now I have
Wow.
a meeting with HR next week.
How do you say
Update.
this?
So I had a couple of meetings with HR. The first one was